Okay, for your reading this time, you have two short stories that you'll read together, and they are very short. The first one is called The Gift of the Magi. It's on page 139 in the literature book. You're going to read this story. Something of note in this story is that in this one, the characters are what we call indirect characterization. We get to know them through indirect characterization. That means the author doesn't come right out and say, so-and-so is a good person. You get to figure that out on your own as you see their actions and hear their intentions, and you just figure those things out. The second story, The Necklace, is the opposite. It is direct characterization. So the author tells you right up front, here's how this person feels, here's what she thinks, you get to know her because the author just tells you outright. Both of these stories are written by separate authors. The first one is O. Henry, and the second one is Guy de Maupassant. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. These two stories we see oftentimes together in a literature book because they compare and contrast so well. The themes are actually very similar, but maybe opposite takes on the theme. So read both of these stories, The Gift of the Magi and The Necklace, and just consider for a moment, how are they alike and how are they different? When you finish reading, it should take you probably a full class period to read both stories, maybe more if you're not as fast at reading, maybe a little less if you're a quick reader. Should take you about a class period. Then I want you to create a T-chart that compares and contrasts the two stories. So on one side, you just make a T. You could draw this. You could create it digitally on a slide. I don't really care. It's up to you. On one side, put compare, and the other side, put contrast. And then write out full sentences. Don't just do bullet points. So on the compare side, tell me how they're alike, and get past the most superficial thing, and then get to real comparisons. And then on the other half, how are they different? Contrast them. This should take you a fair amount of time, maybe a half hour, to go through and do that. When you've finished, turn it in to me. If it's digital, share it with me. If it's by paper, you'll turn it in with your name tag. Go ahead and turn that in. I'm hoping that you will enjoy both of these stories. After you're done with everything, I'm attaching a link to another video that was Studio C. Studio C did a representation of The Gift of the Magi, and it's pretty funny. So when you're all finished, you're welcome to watch that video just for fun and enjoy it, okay? And